Hello ENC 90 students, this is your professor Michael Bloomingberg. I hope you've had a great spring break and we're getting back started with a new week in the second half of the semester. This is week 9 and the purpose of this video is to walk you through the coursework for this week. So I'm going to start from our Blackboard page. I'll click on the weekly assignments tab. And at the top, I'll click on the Week 9 folder. From the Week 9 folder, I'm going to click on the PDF file. And I'll reshift the camera here so that we can get everything in view. So, for this week, we're not going to have any reading from the Right Stuff textbook. I want to really shift our attention this week to All Over But the Shoutin'. So I've assigned you to read the next couple of chapters from the book, chapters 6 and 7, pages 60 to 72. There are no submitted assignments this week, but I did make a note that it's not too early to begin reviewing the rough draft of the culture essay. My feedback will be posted at the end of the week. I've reviewed many of those already, but I still have some reviewing to do on those. So you will get the opportunity to make some necessary changes for what will ultimately be a final draft of that assignment, and I will give you more details of that starting next week. Since there are no submitted assignments, you do have 2 Blackboard discussion assignments this week. And both of those relate to the chapters from All Over But the Shoutin'. So you have one assignment related to Chapter 6 on the discussion board, and the other discussion board assignment relates to Chapter 7. Please note the due dates for those are both 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, March 23rd, so that does give you some time to work. Also, with respect to my writing lab, sentence skills is the current module. My hope is that many of you may have possibly finished that up over spring break, but if you haven't, you will have more time to work. In fact, I guess I might have misspoken here, because I guess we were still working on paragraph development before spring break, so even I get a little foggy when we have a break. So it should be that most of you are starting sentence skills unless you've just worked ahead. So you do have a couple of weeks yet to finish up that module. So please have that finished by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, March 30th. It's very important to keep up with the writing lab so that you don't fall behind, and this should give you enough time to work on that. So if I refocus the camera, which I will do, bring it back over here. I'm going to go to weekly assignments, and again the week 9 folder. Click on the discussion board, and maybe it's just best to totally realign here. We'll take a look at those discussion board questions this week. The first one relates to Chapter 6. I really enjoyed that chapter, and I hope you did too. It was interesting to learn about some of the racial discussion in the chapter, so I've asked you what you think about that racial dialogue or discussion at the beginning of the chapter. And were you surprised at the result of Bragg's mother's decision to pour out the moonshine? And what is your reaction to Bragg's return to his childhood home? So that's the first discussion board assignment. The second one this week relates to Chapter 7. And in that, you are asked to respond to Bragg's account of his lost baby brother. And do you agree with Bragg's decision about the headstone? What do you think about the last paragraph of the chapter when Rick sees his father in passing? I'd be interested to see what you guys think about that. Keep reading on the book, but those are your 2 discussion board assignments for this week. I'm not going to pull up the My Writing Lab, but if you have questions about it, feel free to let me know. You're working to finish up sentence skills. If you do by some chance get that module finished early, you do have my permission to start on the next module. We're kind of easing back into the flow of the semester since spring break, so the pace of the class will probably pick up just a little bit next week as you're working on the final draft of your culture essay. If you have any questions about this week's work, feel free to email me. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. There'll be a new video next week. Take care. Bye-bye.